Turkey ratifies Finland's NATO membership.
Here's a summary of the article.
Ankara. Turkey's parliament ratified on Thursday Finland's accession to NATO, while Sweden's bid to join the alliance is still blocked by Ankara and Budapest. Initially, Turkey gave its nod for them to become official invitees, but tabled a series of national security demands before ratifying their accession. Turkey's requests from Finland were relatively easier to implement in comparison to those it asked from Sweden. Following minor amendments in its terrorism laws pertaining and removal of a de facto defense sales embargo on Turkey, Helsinki met the majority of Ankara's demands, paving the way for the ratification. Niinisto, whose country has been pressing for joint accession, for his part, expressed his solidarity for the Swedish bid, saying Finland's accession to NATO would not be complete without Sweden. Along with Turkey, Hungary has also yet to ratify Sweden's bid, despite pledging to do so repeatedly. Following Turkey's ratification, Finland's NATO membership will be finalized by the U.S. State Department and the Finnish authorities under the Washington Treaty.
This post received a score of 44,000, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
That means every NATO country has now ratified Finland's membership and its full admission is only technicalities away.
Now Finland, Norway, Sweden and Denmark just need to announce their joint air force is officially the flight of the Valkyries, and we're ready. And their joint naval fleet as the Skander Navy.
If they put barcodes on the side, when the ships come to port, they can scan DA Navy in.
There is Norway. They are going to do that though.
Is that because th fjords aren't far enough inland?
Gotta say, this pun is a bit of a rough landing.
Well, I think your opinion is off, Denmark.
Thankfully no one had to Sweden the deal to make it happen.
Can you explain that one to me?
I'd like to thank Russia for their active recruitment efforts.
Putin's NATO's #1 salesman. Thanks to him I have a wall of blue.
Putin has a secret mission. Bring 2 new nationer to NATO. Going with the theory that Finland's ports are a prime area to gently waltz into St. Petersburg, this is not a great plan for Russia's regional strength.
I mean, it was already a short drive from Estonia, which already NATO. This just means that St. Petersburg can get fucked from 2 directions at once.
And to think, Finland didn't even want to join NATO until Putin started threatening Finland with, "Don't join NATO or else." Putin is directly responsible for creating a massive NATO border next to Russia LMFAO. He is such a failure at everything he tries.
Even going farther back to the days of the Russian Empire, the Finns were generally fine with being part of the Russian Empire as long as they had autonomy, but when the Russian Empire started stripping Finns of power and trying to push Russification aggressively, it was only then that Finland demands for independence took off.
The Russification policies also damaged relations with Ukraine, which broke off first chance it got in World War I, and the other 3 Baltic states. Honestly, the attempts at mandating Russian nationalism mucked things up for the Tsar.
It's almost like people just want to be left the fuck alone.
I've watched enough fictional fantasy shows to know you don't fuck with the North people. The ones in snow and mountains and wilderness and shit. Never fuck with them, ever.
Don't fuck with hardy winter folk, hardy desert folk, hardy mountain folk, hardy steppe horse riders. Signed. Fantasy, sci-fi, and reality.
You have much G. Wetlander.
All voted yes. 276 to 0. Amazing.
Out of 600 MPs. Majority didn't join the voting.
Not surprising considering it was a mere formality and the vote happened shortly before midnight in Turkey.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.